Hi guys, back again today. I just wanted to ask you a question of, do you know who you really are? That's a big toughie, I know. The most common critical thought that we all have is that you are different from other people. Some see that as negative, which is reinforced by the way that we were growing up. And the attitudes that were directed towards us through our childhood and so forth have shaped who we are today and how we see ourselves. So we end up getting this deep-seated feelings of either being an outcast or a fraud. And then we compare ourselves to everyone else around us and then come up feeling way short, because who would really love me and who would want me to be around me? And then we start this journey of having low self-esteem and at times self-hatred. But let me tell you that actually this is one of the most exciting news possible, because you are unique. You are different from everyone else. There is no one else on the planet quite like you. You have different ways of thinking and processing thoughts. You've got your own unique personality and experiences. You see the world different than anybody else. And that's a good thing. We have choice and free will and the ability to change what we don't like about ourselves into what we really, really want to do and be and become. We have an ingrained ability to know what is right and what is wrong. And guys, we were born to give and receive love. So how can we change these negative thoughts and feelings that we have about ourselves? Well, I have 3 ways. So the first one is to take ownership of your life. What does this mean? We always sort of say, yeah, take ownership, but literally how? I always come up with how. How do you do things? How do you trust? How do you respect? What does it mean? So I'm going to tell you how. So to take ownership, all right, is to be honest and open with yourself. And it is to determine what it is you really want in your life. Because we have one life and one life only that we currently know. So why waste it on everybody else's rules and standards and everything like this? You've got to know what you want, not what you think others supposed to do, not society norms. What will make you more happy, more fulfilled, and more successful? It is by your standards and nobody else's. So take ownership is our first one, okay? Our second one is to take responsibility. You cannot take responsibility for any other person's life. That's their bailiwick. You be responsible for your life. And if you're in a relationship, it's about then sharing that life with someone else. Sharing it with your best friend, sharing it with your partner, your husband. All right? So what happens when we take responsibility? What does this mean and how do we do it? It means moving from a victim, as in, woe is me, to being a victor. From being in control of your own life. I know that some things are out of our control, but you can control how you react to things. So that's what the second kind of thing is that create your life not in reaction to something, but with its high associated emotions that happen, but react in an intentional, thought out reason. You can't go wrong. You can then make decisions and you make choices. So what we tend to do then is we ask questions, right? We ask questions then just rather assuming stuff. We ask questions about, well, is this really about me or is this about the issue at hand? And a lot of us take on stuff that we shouldn't really need to take on. We take things personally. So I have a saying that know what's your circus, your monkeys, and know what's theirs. And if you can differentiate between the two, you will so much save yourself a ton of hurt. Because I want to give you a little secret. People don't care. So listen closely. People don't care about you. They only care about themselves. Now you sort of think, why? Because when people talk about them, they're only talking about through their own perception, their own dreams, their own goals and everything like this. They don't care about you. So when we take on personally, that comes from us, our own sense of unworthiness, our own sense of not being good enough. So, I want to tell you a story. Because this is what I did as a child. I came up, you've heard me say a lot of times, I came up from a very dysfunctional family. And it was all about me taking things on personally. It was always me being hurt about, what people were saying and stuff like this. Until I'm sort of going, okay, this is ridiculous. What is happening? And I ended up reading a book by Andrew Matthews called Being Happy. And in that book, he kind of sort of said, you only have now, this second, this moment. This is all you have. So it's your responsibility, as it were, to choose happiness for yourself. Nobody else can make it for you. Nobody else can give it to you. And in saying that, he also kind of sort of said that I've forgotten. No, he also sort of said that no one can make you feel anything unless you give them permission. So nobody can make you feel bad or mad or sad or hurt or shamed or guilt or anything like those emotions that tend to just stop us dead in our tracks. No one can make you feel those things unless you give them permission. So taking responsibility for your life is not giving them permission. Is taking your shield and holding it in front of you and sort of saying, this is who I am, this is what I believe, and I'm not giving you permission. I'm holding my shield in place and you can't hurt me. That's taking responsibility for your own life. And in saying that, we could say that let's assume that everyone loves us rather than the world's out to get us. Because if we assume everyone loves us, then whenever we're talking in any conversation, all right, we will hear that they are concerned for us, and it will just save us a ton of hurt. So assume everyone loves you. That's part of taking responsibility for your own life. And the third thing, be accountable. So be accountable is, don't let the past, the present circumstances define who you are. We sort of talk about, and you know, as we sort of said before, that the past defines us. So in taking accountability is that we don't let it. We don't let our turf, where we stand, who the people are around us, define our worth. So the second thing about being accountable is, don't leave your life up to chance or luck. To have a successful life is about the decisions that you make and the actions that you take. Okay? So let's ask ourselves at time, or make a commitment to yourself to only accept good, positive results from every decision that you have. So no excuses, no blaming anyone else, no denying that there even is a problem, but make a commitment to yourself, to love who you are, to be joyful that you are different and unique and beautiful and wonderful, and that all your experiences and all that happens is because you matter. You matter to the people around you. You matter to the work that you do. You matter to the people who are your friends and family, and you matter to yourself. So I would love to hear what you think. So please comment below. And if you don't want to comment below, then personal message me, PM me, and I'll get back to you and we can sort of start a conversation. Also, if you have any topics for this next month, now remember I'm doing a video every day for this whole month. So what are some of the topics that you would like for us to explore? Place them in the comments below with the hashtag topics. So until tomorrow, have an absolute wonderful day. Bye.